A couple of notes before we get into the actual discussion of the Mariners game today. Julio Rodriguez announced that he will not be attending the All-Star game in Atlanta. He would love to be there, and he's grateful that his peers actually did select him for the All-Star game, which is very wonderful for him, and I do believe that he is a deserving All-Star. However, I also understand that Julio needs to do what he can to rest his body for the Mariners in the second half. He was replaced on the American League roster with Randy Arozarena, another Mariners outfielder. Randy's had a pretty good last couple of weeks with a bunch of home runs. I think he had 7 home runs in the last eight days, something like that. Hit his 100th the other day. Tarek Skubal today went 5 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, struck out 5 and walked 2. Mariners walked a total of 5 times while striking out 7 times. Hannafy, Holton, Hernandez, Hunter, and Rogers. Is Rogers a position player? Jake Rogers is a catcher who pitched today. He pitched at the end of the game after the Mariners blew it open in the ninth. Luis Castillo, 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, walked 2, struck out 6. Bizardo went 2 innings, walking 1, striking out 2. Spire got a hold for 1 inning. And then unfortunately, Burgos was unable to get a hold because the Mariners were up by 9 at that point, but he struck out 2 and walked 1. So really good outing from him. J.P. Crawford got hit by a pitch, Luke Raley got hit by a pitch, and then Dingler and McKinstry got hit by a pitch. So a lot of people getting hit by pitches. Luis went 100 pitches today, so that's really good from him. The game took 3 hours, 4 minutes with an attendance at Comerica Park of 41,681. In the top of the second, Donovan Solano got the scoring started with a triple off of Skubal, and that scored Polanco to make it 1-0 Seattle, which raised our win probability to 59.8, and we very rarely have triples. In the bottom of the fourth, McKinstry made singled to make it 1-1. Then J.P. Crawford singled, and that scored Donovan Solano in the top of the fifth. Then Julio hit his 12th homer to score J.P. to make it 4-1. That was, just we're sitting, we're chilling, we're thinking everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Maybe we end up having to get a couple more runs, but it's a 3-run lead. Luis Castillo's on the mound. Our bullpen's in pretty good shape, so we're thinking things are going to be good. Riley Green triples to drive in Wencel Perez to make it 4-2. Then Spencer Torkelson hits a sac fly to make it 4-3. And then, big dumper in the top of the eighth, homers for the 37th time to make it 5-3. He's the one who scores. Only one who scores there. 1 RBI for him. And you're like, okay. Then at the top of the ninth, Ben Williamson singles to score Miles Masterboni, who came in as a pinch runner for Jorge Polanco. JP reaches on a fielder's choice when Donovan Solano scores. Luke Raley scores. Ben Williamson to third. Fielding error by second baseman Gleyber Torres. So JP, I don't know if he got an RBI on the play, because on an RBI ground out you get a RBI, or on a fielder's choice ground out you get an RBI, but on a fielder's choice error I don't know if you get an RBI. Then Mariners get the bases loaded, and Cal comes up and hits a grand slam, number 38 on the season. Ben Williamson, J.P. Crawford, and Julio Rodriguez score. Now, that is number 38, the second most home runs by anybody in the history of Major League Baseball before the All-Star break, and the most before the All-Star break by an American leaguer. The only person with more home runs than Cal before the All-Star break is Barry Bonds in 2001. So Cal is on pace for literally a historic season. The Mariners are 49-45, so they've played 94 games, and Cal has played in, actually Cal's played in all but one of them, so 93. So 0.38 home runs per game, you multiply that by 161, he's on pace for 63 home runs. So I'm thinking that's going to be happening. JP walked once and got hit by a pitch and had a hit. So 3 of the 6 times he was up at the plate, he's on base. Really good for him. Julio with a nice home run, couple of RBIs, couple of runs. Really good on him. Walked once, struck out once. Super happy to see Julio having that, especially after taking that foul ball off his foot yesterday. Cal went 2 for 5 with 5 ribbies and 2 strikeouts. I'm fine with that, especially coming from the DH position, because he took the day. Because we had a night game day game with travel in between. It was not fun. Randy Arozarena 0 for 4 with a walk and a strikeout. Okay, cool. Had a bad game. Mitch 1 for 5 with. Oh, Randy walked once. Mitch went 1 for 5 with 3 strikeouts. Not loving that. Polanco's getting back up there, back up to a 255 batting average. Scored a run. Should have scored 2 runs, but we pinch ran him for Mastrobuoni for the extra speed because at that point we needed the insurance runs. We were still in a potential save situation. Fine with that. Donovan Solano, don't look now, but he's up to a 254 batting average, 2 for 4 today with a walk and a ribby. Demo went 0 for 3. Luke Raley came in, scored a run for him after walking. He also got hit by a pitch. So Luke Raley had 2 plate appearances with no official at bats, and Ben Williamson went 1 for 5. Mariners had 12 runs on 11 hits. 10 of them were driven in. So it looks like JP did not get RBIs on the ground out. Walked 5 times, struck out 7. We walked 4 and struck out 10. In terms of runners in scoring position, 3 for 7, left 6 on base. They were 2 for 9, left 7 on base. So both teams had a decent day with runners in scoring position. The big thing was the Mariners had bases loaded multiple times, and I think we took 12 or 13 to the plate in the top of the ninth, to blow the thing wide open, and that caused them to put in a position player, basically saying, "Okay, we're not going to be able to win this to pitch," and that was. Overall, this is a really good game. Scooball didn't play terrible, but he didn't play like Scooball. So it was one of those things where you're just like, okay, we're going to take advantage of this. We're going to take advantage of this. Luis Castillo played amazing. Absolutely love when I see Luis play like this, because it shows that he still has what it takes to potentially be an ace on this staff or potentially on another. Mariners are second in the AL West in terms of standings. Where are the standings? In terms of standings, and unfortunately, we're 6 games back of the Astros, who are 55 and 39. And then in terms of the wild card, I think we fell out of the wild card yesterday. Yes, we fell out of the wild card yesterday. We're half a game back of the Rays, who sit at 50 and 45 because they have one more win than us, but we have 1 game in hand. They have a higher winning percentage. We're 5-5 in our last 10. They're 3-7 in their last 10, so that's interesting. The Rangers are right on our tails, 2.5 games back of us. The White Sox are 18.5 games out. Let's look at the Rockies, 29 games out, as they are 22 and 72 now. So I still see the Mariners having a shot at getting to the playoffs. Unfortunately, that shot very likely does not come via the division unless the Astros have a collapse, much like we did last season. But the wild card, first, second, or third seed, is still very much in play, as we are only wait, what? 3.5 games back of the Yankees. Wow, we're only 3.5 games back of the Yankees for that first wild card spot. Unfortunately, the Yankees do have the tiebreaker over
I'd
us.
like to thank you for taking the time to watch today's video, whether it was about the Mariners, sports predictions, or anything else that I have made videos about. I want to give you information about other channels where you can reach me. I'm on Patreon at Sammy5436 for $1 a month. Right now on Patreon, all that really gets you is access to Mariners recaps 12 or so hours before they are available on YouTube and TikTok. I'm also available on Instagram at Sammy54362 and at SamanthaP54361. That second one is a business account. I can be found on Cameo at Sammy5436. That is an account that I think you should definitely follow because right now cameos are $7 and they will be there for the foreseeable future, because I, right now, understand that the economy is in a bit of a downturn. So if you want to support, I do appreciate that. You can also find me on TikTok at Sammy5436. I do also have 3 other YouTube channels that are linked to this channel. Uh, all of this information can be found linked in the video descriptions of every one of my videos, for the most part, other than shorts. And for business inquiries, you can email me at samanthapond54361 at outlook.com. I do want to advise you that for business inquiries, they do need to be professional, and as they come through to me, I will respond to them as I see fit. Anything that you have that is business related sent to that email will be reviewed and looked at by me. I generally take a look at my emails twice a week from that email account, though there are times where it is more frequent and times where it is less frequent. I also have premium content on a battle pass that's $4.99 a month. No, $5.99 a month, and you can find that you know where with the username Sammy5436. I'm also planning on potentially doing some live streaming at Sammy5436 on YouTube, on Twitch, on some other live streaming platforms, because I think that would be a great way for me to grow. Thank you for tuning in.